Alright guys, welcome back to the Blerd Lines podcast. We got Professor Juice in the motherfucking building.
Neptune!
Lodi Warrior.
Alright, and we are back again. And for once, Akeen's been doing a great job not fucking up the intro.
Hey, you gotta eat. No, then I'm gonna do it right after. You've done it every single intro and said I have not, and I'm going to do it. Now I fucked up the intro. We got Professor Juice, Ludi, and Neptune. You see what you did? You see what you did? You didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to say anything.
That's true, you didn't have to.
I did it, but you brought it out of me. You know why? You know why? Because you're a bitch. Both of you.
Wait, what did I do?
You should have stopped me. Alfred, you should have stopped me.
So are you happy now?
I'm happy now.
Alright, Jesus Christ. Alright, welcome back to the Blerd Lines podcast. Fucking Marvel dropped a shit ton of news on us this past week with a whole bunch of Spider-Man shit.
It's non-stop Spider-Man.
Non-stop Spider-Man.
That's this generation's American boy.
What the fuck's an American boy?
It's the golden child. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the golden child.
Sorry, I said American.
Yeah.
boy.
Like what Superman used to be.
Oh yeah.
Superman still is until he has his moments. Until they make a couple movies. And
Well, the things are like
Superman is kind of.
if we're talking about like popularity, about like who a good boy, who like an actual good person is supposed to be, I'll lead it more towards Spider-Man, because if you ever seen any of the Superman's movies recently, this man fucked up a city fighting one dude.
Yeah, but that's recent.
If we're talking, I'm just saying, like, no, we're talking about recent now.
Yeah, recent now.
Like recent now. I mean, I will like put Spider-Man above Superman. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm not really trusting Superman to help me out for a little bit, because somehow I feel he's gonna destroy, the city block just to, get a kitten out of a tree or some shit like that.
What's crazy is how much Spider-Man costs. Anything involved with Spider-Man, that shit's expensive.
Well, Sony's stock has been going up crazy.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
I didn't even see any of that shit.
Yeah, they're going up crazy.
So
they're like 120 right now.
Whoa.
They used to, like maybe a couple of months ago they were at like 90, 98, like.
It's all the Spider-Man shit that's been going on. I'm
Pretty
telling
much. Like, and out of pure respect, the Spider-Man shit they kind of present, it's kind of cool. Because you got to look at it this way. How much material is coming out of Spider? We got Into the. If y'all may not know, they just dropped the trailer for Into the Spider-Verse 2, which was a little sneak peek. And I'm not gonna lie, Into the Spider-Verse, the animation is amazing.
I love the way they did the animation for that.
And we're not even talking about the main thing. Not only Into the Spider-Verse 2, but also the Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, honestly, I feel like everything that's been dumping out is to bring to just the hype of No Way Home. Everything.
No Way Home is like the mother load. Everything else is just icing.
Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, have you? Because going back to Into the Spider-Verse, because to me, I think that was probably the best Spider-Man movie.
I agree.
Into the Spider-Verse?
Into the Spider-Verse.
By far the best Spider-Man movie.
Best story, best action. Soundtracks too.
And you know what's funny? We're gonna get a lot of backlash because people be like, "No, Spider-Man 2's the best." I get that.
If we're talking about,
was good.
That was Dr. Octopus. It was
Spider-Man's good if you're like still 30. I mean, like, it's no offense, Vaughn.
Why have you said?
I don't know.
You don't even like Spider-Man.
You only like Spider-Man?
No, I mean, honestly, I don't even like it either, but I just like watching the shit they do for him. I do like some of their games. I'm sick of their video games, but I kind of...
What?
Oh, I'm kind of sick of Spider... Do you know how many Spider-Man video games there are?
Okay, but have you played them all?
Yes.
You played them all?
All of them.
That's your fault, because you need to pick and choose.
Hey, yeah, nigga, ain't nobody tell you to play those games, bruh.
I don't need a goddamn intervention right now.
Ain't nobody telling you to play like freaking 30 Spider-Man games.
Yeah. Okay, you make it seem like you haven't played those Spider-Man games. I remember you played Weather Shadow, Ultimate Spider-Man. What was it? Ultimate Spider-Man 2. I know you be playing that Amazing Spider-Man.
I have how many Spider-Man games? You said you played all of them.
You played Shattered Dimensions.
You actually wishing to kill your expectations.
Shut up. You played the Edge of Tomorrow.
I never played any of those.
You sure?
You played those. I just watched you play.
You're right. They were all pretty good games, except for the Amazing Spider-Man game. Those are trash.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, the movie.
I know.
Well, I mean, like,
Licensed games.
because you know how licensed games are. Because back in the day, there was a point in 2009 and 2000, let's say 14-ish.
Yeah.
licensed games were meant to be trash.
Nah. Well,
Because
I haven't played, so I can't even give.
There were some rare ones that were pretty damn good.
The first one was good.
What, licensed games?
The Spider-Man, the first
Spider-Man 1 and 2 were pretty good. Spider-Man 1 Spider-Man 1, oh my god.
And they had like all the
It's not what it seems.
And they had all the suits in that one too.
Yeah.
In the first one?
were they collectibles at that time?
Yeah, that's what the suits are mainly for.
Yeah,
Some
they're
of
just
them-
collectibles.
Yeah, some of them do some crazy shit. But
Yeah.
But I just know Spider-Man 1 and 2, the licensed games were really fucking good.
I'm telling you,
Everything
man.
else was just holy shit.
It's this fucking kid market.
Yeah.
This fucking kid market's crazy. No, man.
But,
Yo, honestly,
I mean-
how I see, hear me out. The way that the kid market is, how they basically control everything media-wise is ridiculous, bro. Fucking ridiculous. Spider-Man, I would never think Spider-Man would get this much hype if kids were not involved. Because, of course, Spider-Man is like a childhood, like...
Yeah, but
you
it's
know.
not just kids though.
You think so?
Adults too.
There's definitely adults.
It's definitely... Okay,
Bad boys.
so you're telling me this. If you go to a theater, are you going to see more kids than you're going to see...
Oh, you're gonna see
gonna see
this
more
generation. No. You're actually gonna see this generation of probably teens or young adults.
Exactly.
But as for adults, we're literally just gonna see it because
I'm talking about people like our age, like motherfuckers that are like 28 and like.
Honestly, yeah, I've seen them all the time.
No, I mean I'm not saying that they're not going to be. I'm just saying like, how are they gonna fill up that whole theater room?
Of course, they're not
I know
gonna fill it up.
But it's gonna
be
be
a big portion.
the kids are gonna ratio the fuck out them adults, bro.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think so.
Well,
Yo,
honestly, because
bro.
let's be real here, we never pay attention to it. We just pay attention to what's.
So you
on
tell
the
me
screen.
every time you go to a movie theater, you hear a bunch of fucking crying ass babies and shit?
Yeah, because guess what? Those are. You see, you just proved their point. Those are pretty much just old ass people, or teenagers that be having kids these days, that literally just bring their damn kids to the.
And
movie
how
theater.
many kids are gonna be in there? Like how many kids?
Yeah, are we talking about? I literally brought up the point of their kids, of the people that are our age that grew up in. Grew up.
I'm talking about like
so
in the
they're
movie
bringing
theater,
them with
right?
them, is
I'm talking about in the
basically
movie right now.
I never pay attention to the kids. I never see them.
Okay, so we'll look up some sort of analytic or some bullshit right there.
I would
I'm
say
just saying that,
portion
like-
of young adults will be there.
I'm just
I'll
saying
agree
the
with
kid
that.
market currently is what controls the movie verse when it comes to anime movies and toy sales.
Definitely toy sales.
Definitely
yes.
toy sales.
This
I mean.
fucking toy sales.
Yeah, you can't.
Bro, have you not seen Spider-Man get a motorcycle out of nowhere? They give Spider-Man the weirdest shit. They give him this man.
What would he do with his motorcycle if he could swing?
This man, there was a Spider-Mobile at some point. That was like way back in the
I can swing all right.
1950s. No, this is like 1970s, I believe.
They still show it. They still show it.
They still show it and they brought it back in the comics. But it's freaking wild because, for example, Iron Man, for some reason has a fucking motorcycle. Or Iron Man has a jetpack.
A jetpack?
He can already fly.
Wait,
Or Wolverine, exoskeleton.
wait, where are you seeing these things?
They're all in these they're all in commercials.
No, they're all online. They don't really drop toy commercials like they used to.
Well, I mean that's because we're adults, bro. We just watch YouTube and like streaming services.
They'll probably-
Yeah, sure.
I would never go out my way to see a child TV show. I'm gonna watch Ain't No Coco Melon in my house, bro.
Speaking of Spider-Man, what's your favorite how you pronounce it, incarnation or alliteration of Spider-Man? Like,
Yeah.
what's your favorite when was
Version
the
of
best
Spider-Man.
experience of Spider-Man you ever went through? A video game, cartoon, or movie? Which one?
Okay, you go first.
I'm asking y'all the question first, so obviously you're gonna go first.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's pretty
Disrespectful.
tough. That's pretty fucking tough.
Well, I was trying to get time so I could debate.
Fine, I'll go first.
Thank you.
I was asking a question.
Hashtag cancel Akeem, y'all.
Oh, I didn't see y'all motherfuckers try. I'm done with it. I'm
Alright,
sorry.
but continue.
The best Spider-Man experience I've ever went through would have to be it was Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon series. The story, the way they portrayed Peter Parker in that and Spider-Man in that was beautiful. It was an origin story, obviously.
You said spectacular.
Spectacular
But
Spider-Man.
what year was this?
That's a good question. When
Spectacular. Let's.
I would say around 2010, 8 or 9 or something.
That is a newer one
No, how is that a newer one?
because it's not.
Wait, so you consider 2009
Nine
new?
newer?
I'm saying it's newer than they had lots before that.
Yo, so what does that have to do with new? I'm just saying that's
because I didn't know which one you were talking about.
No, I'm not talking about the. Yeah, I'm talking about Spectacular Spider. Have you ever watched Spectacular Spider-Man?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh man, you haven't hit. Yeah, that intro was fucking.
I don't like Spider-Man.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't really mess with him too, but his.
Spectacular Spider-Man came out 2008.
Yeah, 2008.
That one. Okay, yeah, I know that one.
That show.
But that actually had really cool animation.
Oh heck, great animation.
It was a little bit different from what I was used to seeing, but I did like the animation.
Spectacular Spider-Man is still pretty good too. I mean, if you rewatch some episodes, it'll still catch up. It'll still be.
It'll be still kind of somewhat up to date.
It'll be entertaining to watch still.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. All right. What about you, Reggie? What's your favorite version of Spider-Man?
Oh, Spider-Man the anime series.
What is the 90s?
The animated.
Yeah, that's how I found out about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because really, that's how you learn about Peter Parker as a character.
Yeah.
And how motherfucking broke he is.
How lame he is.
I don't even say you found out he's in the center of the Marvel universe.
He's in the center
of everybody in there.
Bro, here's the thing. How is that he knows that he's the most in this? You actually find out, Peter's story about Uncle Ben, everything, Madam Web, the Avengers, X-Men, all that stuff.
They had it,
and
the Champions,
the symbiotes, all that stuff, and it was just jam-packed with characters, action, nice dialogue, and at the end of the fucking day, this man cannot pay the fucking water bill. Do you not know how ridiculous that is?
They talked about how poor he was in the animated series?
Yeah, man. You know how many times J. Jonah Jameson or J. John Jingleheimer Schmidt, who the fuck the old nigga name is, just pissed off at Spider-Man for not bringing him pictures of himself?
Of himself.
Bro, if you're really gonna make money, you really gotta and J. Jonah Jameson, he was about that shit. He's like, yo, catch this motherfucker doing some wild shit.
Yeah.
And
But
here's the thing. If I was Peter Parker,
he wanted to frame him.
Exactly. If I was Peter Parker, I'll just rob an old lady and take pictures of that shit and be like, yo, where's my raise? And that's it. That's how you make money.
Spider-Man's a menace.
Exactly. Be the fucking menace. Bro, let me tell you, I cannot be Spider-Man, bro. Because motherfuckers will find out I'm Spider-Man way too quick.
Yeah, my daddy will be giving out.
Niggas don't know who I'm Spider-Man, bro.
I don't like Spider-Man because he's such a goody two-shoes that he can't even help his own self.
Well, no, I mean, that's like the whole idea of Spider-Man because he cares more about other people than he does about himself. Uncle Ben taught him. But let me tell you, Spider-Man was raised around real niggas.
But he can do better than that, though.
He could. I mean, of course, there are some times where he gets a little bit of revenge on the school bully. But again, the idea of with great power comes great responsibility. But again, I'm telling you this right now, if Spider-Man was around some real niggas, he'd be straight.
That's why I like Miles better than.
Miles Morales, he's this is a different take on him because they make him almost identical to Peter Parker, where he's learning the whole tradition of being Spider-Man. Of course, he just has cooler powers and he has different influences. Like his uncle is a bad guy, the Prowler, and he wants to learn how to be better, but he doesn't know how. But that's why he looks up to Peter Parker for guidance, and that's where it's like the whole donning. Exactly, that's where it has like the whole donning the mantle thing because what would Spider-Man do? And that's what Miles Morales.
But Spider-Man makes it on the way. But like in the video game, and Miles Morales, the new one for the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
You guys haven't played? Okay, in that
what happens?
Huh?
You know what happens?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what happens?
Yeah. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
He teaches Miles how to be Spider-Man, but as he's teaching him, it's basically all made up because he had nobody to teach him. And he's like, "You made that up." He's like, "Yeah, I kind of made it up."
Say it again?
Like things that he teaches him, like.
Oh, he made it up as he go. He didn't know how to teach shit.
Yeah, because there was no blueprint.
Yeah, there's no blueprint on how to be a superhero.
How to be a Spider-Man.
Exactly. Spider-Man.
And like he literally, I remember that narrative in the game, the story. He literally went to a different, when married into a different country to do some photography. He literally left under fucking Miles Morales' hands. And shit got crazy from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I know who my favorite is now. It's Superior Spider-Man, because that's how Spider-Man should be.
Oh yeah, Superior Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. Okay, so those didn't we talk about this last?
We brought it up.
So those of you who don't know who Superior Spider-Man is, Superior Spider-Man is Dr. Otto Octavius that found a way to take over the body of Peter Parker and erase Peter Parker.
Switches mind.
Switches mind with. Oh my bad.
I don't think he switched his mind.
He did.
Yeah, he switched. Peter Parker
his consciousness.
His consciousness. Peter Parker has Octavius' body, which is dying, I believe.
Yeah, it was dying.
Yeah, and Octavius took Peter Parker's body, and that's where that's Octavius. He's a super genius.
Yeah.
Right. He's actually he actually has like a functioning, healthy body too. That's too good. Imagine if.
It's like
he has it now.
If you gave Bruce Banner the brains when he goes into Hulk mode, a brilliant Hulk. Let's face it.
That's MCU.
Or if Neil deGrasse Tyson just had The Rock's body.
Who?
Neil deGrasse Tyson,
I don't know.
the nerdy space nigga.
I don't know.
Do we have to? Oh my fucking god! All right.
How about you get a different? You don't even have to look at it to say a different name. That's someone brilliant. It's like
Neil deGrasse Tyson's so fucking well known.
Imagine if Stephen Hawking had the body of The Rock. R.I.P. Stephen Hawking.
Oh no! If Stephen Hawking actually had the body of the Hulk, he'd be an evil villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Stephen Hawking had the body of The Rock, he would literally take shit over.
Yeah, he has the brains and he has the body of a god.
Like he'd be the guy that would make his own exoskeleton and probably run up into the White House and be like, "All right,
lead the charge on the Capitol.
Lead the fucking charge on the Capitol his own way." Like he would be a fucking tyrant. Yo, God rest his soul, but thank God he doesn't. He does not have that much power.
If he did, that'd be really crazy though.
Yeah.
The Rock is fucking huge now.
You know the theory behind The Rock. I know your secret. I know who you are. You're not human. You know why? Because one thing I learned about you: the older you get, the stronger you become. You're an Asgardian. You're the first Asgardian. The older you think we were gonna find out who you were? No, let me finish, nigga. You think we were gonna find out what you were, Dwayne The Rock Johnson? You're an Asgardian. You have the Asgardian effect. The older you get, the stronger you become.
Just so you know, when he comes for us, he's only gonna go.
So this is the point where we gotta take off. This is the point where we gotta take off Akeem's tinfoil hat because this nigga's obviously tripping again.
This man went from wrestling to ripping off sinks and bench pressing it, bro. Come on now.
You know that's like mainly like movie effects.
No, I honestly believe he can do that.
Oh man.
Let's okay.
I
you
believe
really think
that
this man can't toss your couch through the window?
Okay, I believe that The Rock is strong. I'm not saying I can take on the Rock. I'm just saying don't think that he's actually that motherfucking strong.
You see these hands?
Why are you touching
You see these hands?
Okay.
They're soft, right?
Okay.
He can do this. I'll eat this for supper. Come on, man.
Okay, but The Rock's just a very strong guy.
He's He's abnormally strong. He's super strong. I think he's the first ever super. He's an Asgardian. I'm gonna prove it somehow.
What?
He's an Asgardian. You know the theory behind Asgardian comic, but the older they get, the stronger they become, right? He's an Asgardian.
He's not.
Next topic of conversation.
Alright, so. Alright. Please bring it up.
Let Neptune bring this one up.
We all know. Okay, so most of us born in the 90s, some in the 80s, but leading on to now, we all grew up on cable television.
Yes.
Before we all started going to all these subscriptions. But growing up on cable television, we get through these back in the day. The commercials back in the day were 10 times better, creative, hilarious than the commercials now.
Yes.
Let's be real. Do you guys laugh at any of these damn commercials?
I don't. I
think they're fucking.
I'm just waiting for the skip ad button.
I pretty much. At them like that was stupid.
And if you ever have a chance to be on actual cable TV, if you're watching the news, have you guys ever even find any of these commercials actually?
I don't watch cable TV.
So here's an example. I'll bring up 3 commercials that are by far the funniest commercials I have ever seen and created.
Okay.
The Slim Jim one. No, I think the one with the jerky. What was it?
Jacqueline Steve Jerky.
Huh?
Jack Link's beef jerky.
Yeah, and that's the one with the Sasquatch being the crap at whoever the beef jerky is. That shit, it's how badly he would fuck them
those
up.
commercials are fucking hilarious.
Hilarious. Next, the Doritos commercials. Back in the day. You remember how, like, this guy, he ate... No, when the black kid... When the guy came over to take his mom out on a date, and the kid was just playing there, and the mom went to go do something in the room. The kid sat down right next to the boyfriend sat next to the kid. I was like, hey, what's up, little bro? Oh, you play a video game? The kid slaps the shit out of him.
Oh, when he tried to take
his... right? Yeah. Don't touch my mama. And
Yeah.
That's a real stepdad vibe.
Yeah. Defunct down.
That was fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie. That was funny.
And just in general, the commercial. I wish I could bring up a third one.
The quality was definitely better.
What?
The quality and
the quality and everything of a commercial back then was completely. Listen, commercials for video games were incredible back then. They were like,
yeah, but that's when video games had to prove themselves.
Yeah.
That's when. Cause here's the thing, cause commercials nowadays, it's honestly changed because the world is changing.
Yeah.
And of course, we don't want to bring up cancel culture or why, but we kind of have to, because back when Axe commercials used to be more for entertainment, Axe used to actually have this idea where, like, okay, let's just do this thing where every time, because our audience is mainly guys.
Yeah, that's exactly. The third one. I think I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, so every time a guy would just put on the Axe commercial, girls would just
flock to
run up on them, right? And that's basically it. Like, and it also it helps because men need to smell good.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So back then, I remember I was a kid back then. The idea that was sexist because they're making it seem like that women have to flock to you because of product placing, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I thought that day it was pretty harmless because that's how you use commercials. That's how you that's how you use stereotyping.
Pretty much,
because
you sold the product.
Exactly, you want to sell the product no matter what.
And you know what's crazy? It technically didn't misinform. Let's face it. Girls do enjoy men that knows how to keep themselves clean and smell good.
Yeah,
that's what it's really teaching. But they kind of overdid it with the whole.
Yeah, okay. I ain't gonna front that whole let's run up, let's have a whole bunch of girls run up on.
Or I don't know if you remember that one commercial with the Axe. The boyfriend came over to pick up the girl to go on a date. It's another date one, and then the mom was there, and then the girl was still upstairs. The mom smelled the boy. She got horny. And her button opened up. And she's like, oops. Well, one of the boys said, Miss Patterson. And then a girl
Bro, literally, back then, like, Axe set the shit up like porn.
Pretty much,
They literally set the shit up like porn.
It's like, I'm not gonna lie. I saw that shit when I was like 14. That shit turned me on. I'm like,
another Reverend went out to a commercial.
Yeah.
I think I might as well.
Yeah. And it's like, Axe isn't really all that. It does come in clutch if you're just trying to put a quick smell of goodness.
Oh yeah, no. Axe is that whole if you really didn't shower.
Yeah,
if you showered if you're like, I know I was there for 15, like only 10 minutes. Is 10 minutes really enough? Fuck, she won't notice.
Pretty much.
That's how dirty niggas are.
Yeah.
I actually don't use Axe at all.
I thought you were gonna say I don't actually shower.
What?
I thought you were gonna say some shit like that.
Wow.
I don't know, man. You got freaking shells in your hair. I thought you'd be that type of guy.
What does that have to do with it?
I don't know. Niggas who
You're racist.
What?
You're racist!
Oh, another commercial I want to bring up.
Yeah.
Was that when the Xbox 360 first came out.
Yeah.
And they had this city block where it was just people just shooting at each other, but it was just all with, like finger pointing, like they were just going bang bang like a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
so tell me how that was
actually playing dead after they pretended got shot.
Exactly. So tell me how.
I remember that.
Well, we're playing the commercial right now. Be warned. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just so we can just like add that commercial in once I find it.
Just cut it in. You didn't have to pretend it.
That word. Fuck you. All right. So basically, the idea of the commercials is everyone's playing a shooter. Everyone's playing like just just shooting at each other with like guns, and this one lady actually gets a fake grenade that's invisible. You can't see shit.
Yeah.
She throws it, and there's like this people like make these noises called they say boom.
Yeah.
So that was the most
exploded in the air.
exactly. That was the most controversial like shit
Really?
Xbox and Microsoft has done because a lot of people, mainly parents, were very unhappy about that.
Really?
Because I don't know. Kids do this shit all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to do this shit because I couldn't afford toys.
we knew society was getting soft. We knew society was getting soft when they banned all loud commercials.
What?
Did y'all remember that? Like,
I didn't
if there's
know they
any
did
loud,
that.
remember that pig that used to go wee?
Yeah.
Because one of those commercials were too fucking loud. People made a complete boycott. They complained.
How was it too loud?
Exactly.
Just
Turn down your
TV.
fucking television.
Yeah,
yo.
exactly.
But because of that, they don't make loud commercials anymore.
What?
They don't make loud commercials.
It's all about like just the directory and stuff and who makes these commercials and also the company too. I wish more commercials kind of turned out like Super Bowl commercials where
It's just good.
when they were good. Now, of course, current Super Bowl commercials were just a little bit weird because somehow Pepsi stops world, madness and shit.
I don't know. I haven't watched it for a few years.
So what the fuck do you watch? You don't watch TV. You don't
I
watch.
watch anime. I stream it, or I have my DVDs.
So are there any commercials that show up on the animes that you watch?
Yeah, but they're usually anime commercials. So,
Have you seen who's our president?
what's his name? The old guy.
Nigga, they're all old guys, bro. What the
You
fuck?
know his name? Joe Biden.
Yeah, that took you forever.
Yeah, I don't know these people's names.
Bro, what year are you in, my nigga?
I'm in 21. I
You used to watch it?
I do my own thing.
Yo, Levon's like stuck in the
He's a
rock.
time
bro.
traveler.
Bro, I can't wait to test Levon in like just general history, just to be like, all right, Levon, you obviously clearly don't know where you are right
I was
now.
born in the wrong time period.
Dead ass.
I think he was born in an area where anime officially became reality.
Shit.
I think so.
Everyone started inner monologuing.
Bro, I wish people could like start in the monologue like around me.
If I'm about to fight somebody and you're about to inner monologue, you be like, his power level, he has grasp of reality. How he strengthens his fist. Do I sense?
I'm gonna
determination?
start in the
No,
monologue.
you sense his ass whooping, bro. Get over here. And then you keep like, he's using such intimidation.
You know I'm gonna get those anime glasses.
Oh, I
The
bet.
ones that you do like this and then
They start having a little shine,
shine, yeah.
shine effect.
I'm gonna get those.
I wish a nigga did that shit to me. I'll whoop your ass, bro.
I'm gonna be like,
I'll slap them glass out
about
your
to create
face.
your ultimate recipe. Zing! And then do my shit.
Why do I always feel like you would have done that? You would have to get your ass whooped.
I mean,
No, not just you. If you like do this and your shit started like glimmering out of nowhere, some shit's wrong. Like
I
this
mean-
nigga plotting something.
I mean, if you try and come at me with my glasses all shiny, you're gonna be ass with
Oh yeah, that's when
That's
like
anime 101.
exactly. That's when like the next scene cuts in. You're cut in half.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's anime 101. You see a pair of boobies, your nose bleeds.
Oh yeah.
Nigga, how much blood does it take to drop an anime character? Because I'm being real with you, they lose gallons out of their nose. Like, don't you die from loss of too much blood?
Oh yeah, them motherfuckers drop pools of blood.
Exactly.
Pools.
Like, I never understood why the nose bleed, but you know what? That's part of
It's
it.
like they're getting excited. And
All the
Shit.
blood is rushing to their fucking head.
then
Wow.
one of them.
So the next thing I want to bring up is LeVon brought this up, the most important aspect of a video game. I mean, you start this one off.
Okay. So what do you guys think is the most important aspect of a video game? Story, the gameplay, soundtrack, the art style, controls, characters, replay value, or graphics?
Multiplayer video.
No.
Multiplayer.
No.
You know what? That's actually a really good
No.
point. Actually,
No, multiplayer ain't shit if the
I'm
gameplay.
sorry, I'm
multiplayer ain't shit if the gameplay ain't shit.
Multiplayer is basically gameplay.
yeah,
Multiplayer is basically gameplay.
yeah.
Actually, I want to hit you.
It's true
Multiplayer is
because
basically
It
gameplay.
is, but
It-
no.
well, that's not true. It's not entirely true.
So to
But-
actually play with your friends,
No, okay, hear that point out. We're not talking about single player and multiplayer co-op. You're basically talking about specific mechanics and functions of the game. What grabs his attention: the story, soundtrack, or gameplay.
Multiplayer matters.
Multiplayer.
That's not under the category though. That's multiplayer.
All right, Levon, type multiplayer so it can be under the category. So keep shut up.
You're not understanding the question. That's not what you're.
All right, King. You tell us your most important aspect.
No, I already said.
We'll talk about how right you are. Come on, King. Tell us.
I'm not right.
Explain how your opinion is so much better.
Listen, let's face the fact here. Multiplayer ain't shit. If it's not multiplayer ain't shit if it doesn't have a good background to it, which is gameplay. If the gameplay is crap, it's like saying you have gameplay, then you have single player. Then gameplay, and then single player leads to cooperative. Then it leads to multiplayer. Under that, a whole category is gameplay.
Okay.
If the gameplay mechanics are absolute dog water, well, and if they're absolute dog water, what makes you think the multiplayer is going to be any way better?
So you pick gameplay.
I'm being very honest with you. Story. I'm just saying gameplay.
For you.
Yeah, story would be my top.
Story.
Story has.
We're talking about gameplay. We're talking about stories. So are you also adding graphics into it as well? Because there are some times where
visuals.
Yeah, visuals.
Yeah.
When I mean story, I'm talking about the actual narrative. What's going on?
Yeah, but you don't need graphics for it.
Yeah, just how it's told.
So
like,
it feels one of those side scrollers where it only had those
words.
Yeah, just words popping up. But it's like you're reading some good ass words.
You mean like Mega Man?
Yeah, like Mega Man. Like,
let's be real here. We grew up on those videos when we started.
No, I'm actually, but I'm not even like making a joke. Would that like matter? If Mega Man had like a fire story,
but it's like 8. You had to read it. Yeah,
it's like 8-bit.
Yeah.
Because that's how video games started.
Yeah, that's where I'm talking like simplified 8-bit, like you're just jumping.
Yeah.
Just like hitting the pew.
Because there's people who play freaking Minecraft.
I'm not saying because I enjoy it. I'm just saying that you'd be amazed how the story. It's like looking at this. The Last of Us Part 2. The story is what. The Last of Us Part 2. It's, let's be fair, what was everyone pissed about it for?
I don't know. I haven't played.
The story. The gameplay was right under that. The gameplay was good, but there were some things they completely took away from the first game. The story. What happened in the story? Spoiler alert. What happened in the story that completely pissed off people, or how things happened?
Please don't spoil it because I haven't played it.
How are you gonna say you be doing weeb stuff in video games, but
do you know how many games I have?
Have you beaten most of those games?
I can't beat them all. There's too many.
Levon, you're like the most selective weeb I've ever met.
So when can we talk about it? When you finally get to play it and beat it?
Well,
after
I don't want to. I don't want to know the ending before I
So
finish
Levon, just go outside. Go outside.
You don't gotta be in this part.
Stay in the car. Stay in the car.
You can keep it vague.
Yeah, keep it vague.
It's really hard to keep it vague because.
So think about another game.
Okay.
This
Cyberpunk 2077. Levon, can I talk about that game?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna hit what you said. Okay. Me and Reggie played 2077. We knew that the first thing that grabbed people's attention, or the first thing that completely threw people off, was the fact that
the dick sizes.
No, that didn't throw me off. That amazed me. It amazed me.
No, I thought you were talking about what attracted you.
No.
Bro, no game that ever gave me the ability to change my dick besides St. Rose.
That's the reason why I started the character on my friend's.
But that's the thing. But that's
because I want to think about dick.
but that's the thing about the dick side. In St. Rose 4, they never showed it.
Bro, I gave my
character.
No,
they did.
They never showed it.
It's like pixelated.
It's pixelated, or it's covered by a black box. And Cyberpunk 2077, that shit had jiggle physics, my dog. That shit showed.
Bro, so you know how you can rotate your character? The man put my dick on, and I was like, oh shit! I started rotating that motherfucker. This nigga doing the windmill with his dick. I was like, yo, we on to something.
I was like, this is doing good.
Wait. So what is your top? Is it story or gameplay?
Cyberpunk? The story was more important than the gameplay. Because the actual gameplay in Cyberpunk
was trash.
It wasn't trash for me. It wasn't trash.
We didn't go through the same.
I didn't go through the same issues as everyone else.
Because
We
you
had
played on next gen.
because me and Keem already had next gen consoles, and that's kind of the reason why we got next gen consoles in a way, because we wanted to get our hands on Cyberpunk first. Yeah, it was a little disappointing. It wasn't as cool as we thought it was gonna be, but fuck it. It is what it is. I mean, the gameplay was fine enough. It is. For me, I didn't see that many trailers about it, so I actually had a good time playing it.
Okay.
I felt like the story was not bad, but they could have done a little bit better with boss fights and also with the enemies you fight too. But as far as that,
the way you encounter enemies,
yeah. So it could have done a little bit better.
Like that battle between Atom Smasher was so trash.
Now, if we're gonna talk about like what's more important, have you ever played Ace Combat?
Yeah.
Ace Combat. I don't know what the fuck the story is, but
Whoa! Time out. Let's first of all, I'm dipping in this shit. I'm gonna slide my ass in right now.
All right, so let me say this first. I don't know what the fuck the playlist is.
Go ahead.
I don't know what the fuck the whole story is.
Okay.
But I just love I love watching my brother play that game because that's where I fucking love just jets shooting at each other. So Greg, you can take my spot. Tag in.
All right, let's first of all.
Does it have a story?
Listen.
Yeah, it has a story.
Listen. Everyone, shut the fuck up. First of all, that is probably the best game that ever existed in fucking games.
All right, wait.
I played Ace Combat.
Let me explain. Let me explain. In my okay. Have you guys ever watched Top Gun not as an adult, but as a little kid?
Yeah, the gay flyers.
Shut the fuck up. But have you ever watched Top Gun, the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. When you watch that movie, said, man, wow, I want to be a fighter pilot. Man, I want to fly, shit, blow other enemies up in the sky. Watching that movie made me want to become a fighter pilot.
Okay.
So having that game is the closest thing I will ever have in my life in becoming a fighter pilot. Like that game to me is the best game ever. I can play it all day. I've literally played.
How many of them have you played though?
I played Ace Combat 4.
Yes.
And
really good one.
And everyone after that. Every single one after that. The only one I didn't care to get was the Ace Combat Blerd, whatever. It was like one of the like.
It was like a PSP one though.
Probably, I don't know. Maybe it was that one, but I literally played every single one.
Yeah.
Every Unsung War, Ace Combat 4.
Unsung War just came out though, right?
No, that came out a couple years ago.
Unsung War?
It was like it was out for PS. I think it was like for PS3 or PS2. I can't remember. But I played every single one.
Okay.
Even though this one right now.
4 was Shattered Skies.
4 was Shattered Skies. I like first Ace Combat 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I never played. I didn't play. But I got into in the military.
Yeah.
When I was in the Air Force. Got Ace Combat 4. So I was like, hey, yeah, you gotta play this game. And I'm like, all right, I'll fuck with it.
Ace Combat 4.
And I was just like, I would play it all day, every day.
But they had really good physics and everything.
Yeah, like it was. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's unrealistic. What airplane is gonna have 117 missiles? That's not possible.
No, but they don't do that for all the games though. They do that for some games.
Yeah, but still, for me, literally the best. I can play that. There's only a couple games that I will ever really play all day, every day.
So pretty much under the most important aspect of the video game for you, it was the experience.
The experience, because I related to a childhood experience. Like playing Ace Combat was always gonna remind me of Top Gun, because I remember watching Top Gun as a little kid.
The real question is,
yeah,
what was the story for Ace Combat?
Yeah, it was a story.
What I know? Niggas. Here's the thing about Ace Combat, and I'm gonna just be real with you. I just assume whatever mission I was playing, I was America. I'm fighting against the Russians. That's it. That's what the literally, I didn't give a fuck. They have like some made up country name. Yeah. I'm like, oh, no, fuck. I don't care about their name. Yeah. The Russians. I'm killing them.
I would just skip the story.
It's so crazy when I see those boss fights.
But like literally, like you would see it. Here's the thing.
Go ahead. When you see those crazy ass boss fights,
okay,
the planes that them motherfuckers will make up, it would literally just be a giant tower hovering. Lots of propellers all over.
Okay, so what it is, in Ace Combat 7, right? The newest one that came out.
Yeah, Skies Unknown.
Skies Unknown, right, okay.
I have that.
the second to last mission, right? You're fighting against this giant. Yeah, I beat the game. I beat it.
I didn't beat it.
It's you're literally flying. You're fighting against a giant wing, an airplane wing.
Oh.
And it shoots out missiles. At one point, it could shoot out other small like UAVs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally like a big fuck you while you're flying. It's just like, oh fuck, I gotta fight this big flying wing.
Yeah.
And you're just like it's literally like a flying B-2 bomber.
Yeah.
Just with propellers. And you at one point you shoot all the propellers down. It's like, yo, this shit's still flying. Like, how the fuck is this possible? But literally, here's the only thing that I hope you guys never get this on video. Anybody who plays Ace Combat, at least I know when I played, I get into this shit too much. Like literally, like when you're like banking and you're doing like a pitch or whatever, my dumbass literally gets into it so much where like my whole body is like this, rocking back and forth. Like, oh shit! Like I'm and again,
but it is that interactive to where you get like that though.
That's how I was when I played Need
So like at one point, I want to get like probably like the PS4 headset because they have it on VR.
Yeah, they have it on VR.
They have it on VR.
Which one?
Skies Unknown.
Oh, so like, I think you're right.
Yeah, they have it.
Because I think that's why I got it.
All right, boys. So we're just gonna wrap it up.
It's all time.
Wait, I didn't put my.
Oh my God, LeVon, what do you want to talk about?
No, I didn't put my.
No.
Which
What's
one?
up? Well,
no,
for me,
Reggie, no, move
it's
over. I'm
gameplay.
tired of you doing that. You keep taking on my spot.
Well,
What's
for
up?
me, it's gameplay. The best part of a video game
Yeah, Reggie, gameplay.
is gameplay.
Okay.
She hit you. Why specifically gameplay?
Because, like, that's why even like you can play a retro game if it's fun. The
Like playing the TMNT game, which did it come out already?
no, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if it's fun.
I remember TMNT was supposed to had this game that came out a pretty long time ago by Nickelodeon Game Studios where you
It's
can
Out of
do.
the Shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that game also.
Is that one good?
It's a little glitchy, but it's good.
Isn't that
But
that
it's a little
detail one?
glitchy.
They look like real or something.
Yeah, they look.
It's very.
But it's a little buggy, but it still has good gameplay,
Oh, okay.
and it's fun to play with other people.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, gameplay for me is over the top because I can skip the story and still have a good time. I won't care about the graphics.
And here's the thing, I'm not just because we're giving our opinions on the top aspects of video games, it doesn't mean soundtrack, art style, character controls, and replay bar is awful.
Yeah,
They make up the game as well. They're just not the topics we
It all
find.
kind of depends on how much time you have because you can be working at 9 to 5.
Or it varies the
And-
game. Or it varies the game.
And it varies the game too, because what I'm trying to say is that you can be working like a 9 to 5, or you can be just working those long hours and shit, and you only have time to either play some multiplayer or a little bit of story. Because I remember when I used to be a bartender, I can only play for a little bit at a time, so I go right back to sleep because I come back home super late at night.
Yeah,
So I'll just play a little bit of Fable 2 for a little bit, just get this beat like story, go back to sleep, wake up, go back to work, and just a little bit of relaxing time.
that's one game I wish they would have put on the PlayStation. Was Fable.
We're getting Fable 4.
Really?
Hoorah.
Yeah,
Fable 4 is coming out.
we're getting Fable 4.
What? When did they announce that?
They announced that like over a year ago.
They did?
Actually, have a trailer. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not making that shit up. That was an
Not
exclusive
believe me, I
baseball.
just don't remember that.
Yeah.
Well, let's go wrap this things up. I'm Professor Juice,
Neptune.
And the Ludi Warrior.
and we are signing out. And please, can you talk a little bit?